Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Oh my goodness, there is so many new developments that I'm trying to figure out if I even have time to do Trump health readings, but this one's the most important that I wanted to do first today. And what is today, Tuesday? It's Tuesday the 31st, I think. Yeah. So, happy full moon tomorrow. But what I want to look into is Trump and Sons, I should say, and Peter Thiel and J.D. Vance's connection in the Iran war. What is their connection? I've been doing a bunch of research and I think there's a connection there, but I'm not clear, so I have to... What is it? Right there. Okay. So I'm going from the center out, and I don't know how far I'll have to go, but let me get the cards laid out first. Okay, so, wow. Okay. This is, well, yeah, I'm feeling like this is J.D. Vance because he's a Leo. Although that's primarily a Aries card, but let's just keep going. Oh boy. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to have to go over a little bit more because, yeah, sorry. And I don't want this to be confusing, but I'll try to make it as simple as I can. But I'm just trying to get all the players. Because, you know, I mean, we have Witkoff in Russia. We have Howard Lutnick connected in Russia as well. We have, so besides, you know, Eric and Don Jr., they're both Capricorns, by the way. Okay. And then J.D. Vance is our Leo, and Trump, of course, is a Gemini. Peter Thiel, believe it or not, is a Libra. So, yeah. Okay. But so what are they doing? Like, what's going on? What is their connection? This, I'm hoping I can read this at like a map. Map of intentions and whatever. Well, intentions and actions, actually. Okay, so here, I'm getting it. Here's Peter Thiel. So, soldiers carrying weapons. I mean, currently there are about 50,000 troops on the ground. I was listening to Rachel Maddow this morning from her, anyway, she's on MS Now, YouTube channel. If you want to listen to her, make sure that's where you're going, because there are a lot of fake channels using her content, and it's not saying, well, they're not even really using her content. They're using her voice and her image and creating fake content. So please be very careful what you watch. You really have to make sure. She doesn't have her own YouTube channel. She will only be on the MS Now channel. And they're slow in the upload to YouTube. So maybe today, what I saw yesterday or last night, what I saw this morning from the broadcast last night might be up there today or tomorrow. So, but anyway, I'm looking for players and what they're doing. I found Peter Thiel. Now also, Trump is a Gemini, but this dude is Uranus and Leo. I'm sorry, Libra. Trump, I would think, would be like the Lovers, but anyway, I don't even know if we need him in here because we know he's in here. And we've got Russia over here, right? I don't know that Pam Bondi has anything. Well, of course she would, though. Why not? But we've got this Queen of Cups reversed. But that may have a little different meaning. But anyway, so just to clearly look at things. We have weapons of war and technology networked together. AI drones with their own guidance systems that are uploaded into, it's like, so basically what's his face, Eric Trump invested in an Israeli drone company in February. And well, that was like what, a couple weeks before, 10 days or two, somewhere in there, days before Trump starts the war in Iran. And so the company's called Extend. They're calling it a AI drone company, an Israeli AI drone company with and the drone company has a Department of Defense contract. So they build the drones, and then Don Jr. is, I think he's on the board or something. He's connected through a different company called Unusual Machines. And so basically, I'm trying to figure out, like, who are all the players that are making money off of this Iran war? And we know for sure that, here's our Libra card up here too. This could be Peter Thiel. Oh my goodness. So, but right here in the center, I feel like, even the Wheel of Fortune, it is their way, their dark money way to, get in there and make just to create money for themselves, just to get in that. I mean, this is literally the Wheel of Fortune, right? Our Seven of Swords card has to do, this is ruled by the moon in Aquarius, and it has to do with grifting and lying and spying and people with really, cunning strategies, like stealth, okay? So stealth drones. And maybe the Ace of Wands here is something to make me laugh, because my guides do that all the time. When I first saw the name of the Israeli drone company being Extend, I was thinking, like, what is that for men with small penises that need some kind of extend because they don't even really have it real, they're just losers? Well, I see this and I'm thinking, yeah, that's somebody that needs extend. ED problems, right? God, I'm sorry. Oh, but with the Nine of Swords here, this is a card that is ruled by Mars in Gemini. So they are going to, this is a card on the darkest side of somebody who is actually really guilty and they wind up having regret. And they don't mind creating, sometimes they receive cruelty from others, So at the heart of the matter, that might be what's going to be happening. But meanwhile, they're creating nightmares for themselves. And they don't care. They're very, very apathetic. And they especially don't care about women. And then also this could be a woman that is in there that is helping them. Because, Peter Thiel's not going to do it all on his own. J.D. Vance doesn't do anything all on his own, right? He's just J.D. Vance's puppet, right? So maybe that's why this is reversed. Who's the lady, right? You would think it'd be the Queen of Wands, but she did not come through. The Queen of Wands reversed, I would think. But anywho, we definitely have Peter Thiel here and here, and we could probably put Trump in there too, because of the air signs, right? But these others, now the Chariot card is a means, like a mode of transportation, getting around, and in the night sky, maybe, drones in the night sky. But anywho, it's all about making money because they connect their life force with their power, their everything with money, right? And of course they do have, I would bet every single one of them have ED problems, and they definitely deserve it. But I guess they can get their old blue pill and whatever. But we've got night sky here and here, and networking here, and this is Peter Thiel and Trump, definitely Peter Thiel up here and probably Trump down here. Again, let's see, who else? I don't have the King of Cups to show Witkoff, but then again, you know what? This could be, this dude right here, or this Chariot could represent Lutnick, because this is the card that is ruled by Cancer, and he's a Cancer. Oh, you know who else is in here probably with the King of Swords reverse is, Mr. Full Metal Jackass Keggers and Marco Rubio. You could bet they've got they're probably like the worker bitches. That's what I'm going to call them, right? Traitors who will wind up being judged one day and be locked out in the cold, losing their jobs. See, that's the thing is, a lot depends on how many Americans actually support the war. If we have 50,000 boots on the ground right now, that's not good. That's not good at all. And we know, and it's going to come out. I don't know if you guys heard me clearly when I did a different reading a few days ago about, like what's really going on with the financial situation. And because I said clearly, but it didn't seem like in the comments that, there was understanding that Trump and his sons started the war in order to make money off of it via selling drones and investing in Vulcan Elements, which is a rare earth mineral, company. So like mining and stuff like that. So, I mean, we have this like work and this steady increase to just, this is our Saturn and Pisces card, and this has to do with not taking self-responsibility. Well, sometimes it's, in a personal reading, I would say a person's done all they can and they have to walk away. But I read directionally, so this would be soldiers who are going somewhere because they have to, and it's a very unjust. There's injustice. It's an unjust war full of stealthy deception, right? Via, talk about unjust, and then with the devil here, this would be both of Trump's sons, because they're Capricorns, okay? This would be J.D. Vance. Looks to me like what they're doing is just betraying their country, but also with the Ten of Swords reversed, upright. This is a Sun in Gemini card, and maybe we could put Trump in there too, because King of Wands. He thinks he's all that and a bag of chips. But anyway, what is really going on is that they are betraying America. They are stabbing all the soldiers in the back. I like that the soldiers are up here. I hope that anyone that can get out from under it or just leave, because if they go, they're probably just, it's like a suicide mission. And these guys don't care. They don't care at all. Look how apathetic they are. It's all about the money. And so what has been really going on, if I just go with the corners, right? The teamwork of Trump and Sons, Peter Thiel and J.D. Vance, is to put more boots on the ground, send them in a mission that is definitely going to victimize them, and they can't, I don't know that they really could get away to higher ground and hide in the mountains. How do they get home, right? They want to put them out there. They don't give a rat's ass if they come home. He doesn't care. They don't care about any of them. It's awful. And then coming over here, this is Mar-a-Lago and making plans at Mar-a-Lago, and any other places where they can come together. That's the connection. And there's also the home, I'm going to call this the home connection with Russia. And with the Hierophant up here, this would be the government working in a dark way. And they're definitely treasonous traitors, of course. But anywho, it's all Russia. So we've got Trump and Sons, Peter Thiel, J.D. Vance, working together, and they're in bed with Russia. Peter Thiel must be as well. And and then with the Four of Swords, oh my God, it's just, there will be the need to heal from the betrayal, from battle. Soldiers need to heal from the betrayal, because they're not going to be able to come back home, and then they're going to need, the healing from the betrayal. How does that happen? How do they heal from that if they're not alive anymore? I guess it happens in their next lifetime. This is awful. This is heartbreaking. And I know it's not just American soldiers on the ground and in the sea, right? We're not the only country messing around in this. Then again, there are many countries who will not have anything to do with it. And I applaud that. So, but anyway, the plan, the connection between Peter Thiel, J.D. Vance, Trump, and Sons is literally to make a shit ton of money, a crap ton of money, and they don't care about soldiers returning home, coming back home. It's a nightmare. They're guilty. They will regret it. I hope they hang for treason, if there is such a thing of that anymore. I don't know. I think it would be more, in prison. But we have to wait and see if they get caught and there's a trial. I mean, are Nuremberg trials coming? Because we have the 9 and the 10 of swords. We have the guilt and the betrayal. We have the treason right here. The insanity and the treason of the government. People judging it. I'm just going to read it as judging. I don't know how else to read it under this context. Normally I would find it, a few other things, but no, I feel like it's just judging, the judgment. And on their, to try to line it up with the question, their connection was to make a judgment call to make money, literally, the Wheel of Fortune, make money off of the government. And they created these plans. Now with the Page of Swords here, this would be our card now this card is even a sun in Gemini, and we've got the crazy freaking hairdo, right? I mean, that's probably like Trump in his, younger days. And he is the one with the grave illness, which is, our Temperance card reversed. But also, this card is somebody falling from a high position. This is our card that rules planes or in cars, usually in the tarot. So I'm going to call it drone. Keeps going around, going around, going around. It's looking, it's surveilling, right? There's that. And so the deal is, the new kind of drone that they have created is like a one-way thing. It's literally like a, so it's a weapon where, so I'm trying to read on this like network of weapons that they're invested in. They get it all set up way before, and then they start the war, and there you go, right? And we're thinking it's just a distraction from the Epstein files. Well, two things can be true at the same time. But meanwhile, these drones are like one-way, attack bombs, like a flying bomb, and they've got a operating system within it that it can just find a place and hover up high enough where they can't be seen. They've got all kinds of stealth, kind of like that plane that just got shot out of the air. I can't remember who shot it. I forget. It was on Rachel Maddow. But anyway, $300 million gone, just like that. Just like that. And they're not easy to build, and they take time, right? So anyway, these drones, they have these guidance systems that can find the targets, and then they drop the bomb, and then they disappear. They destroy themselves. The drone destroys itself. So yeah, nice, right? And maybe that's why we have the one of the reasons we would have the chariot down here is because it kind of just disappear. Like if you're on the road, if you're going to go on a road trip, and you get this card asking about your trip, and it comes through reversed, it's like watch out for hiding, cops that you can't see. So this could be like a drone you can't see. And definitely drones are associated with Page of Swords, Seven of Swords, the Temperance reversed. Oh my goodness. So, okay. So I can see the connection here. If there were no connection, I would not have had the Devil, the Justice card, the Soldiers. I wouldn't have had the teamwork, the Three of Pentacles out here. I wouldn't have had, or even right here in the center, finally went with 9 cards. Yeah. there's a guilty connection of creating stealth weapons. Talk about weapons of mass destruction. They're just, like one at a time. It's like, if you have a bunch of mice come in and they just eat a little bit, a little bit at a time, and then all of a sudden one day all the food's gone. It's still just as destructive, right? But here we've got the networking with the star. This would literally be the network. And here we have the dark with the King of Swords reverse. We have somebody who's an abusive tyrant. So how many? These are, all of the abusive tyrants. But this, to me, I really feel is Peter Thiel. Absolutely. And I really feel like Lutnick has a piece in there too. Even though he's not one that's talked about as much. Let's see. So if I'm mirroring some cards together, these two to me would connect to Trump and Vance. Treasonous. Treasonous traitor twat. But if we kind of follow this out as like the answer, they will be isolated, they will be rejected, they will have, more than just a job loss. This could be, like financial ruin and more than bankruptcy, right? And really upside down. I mean, maybe they'll all end up with a bunch of grave illnesses just like Trump has, by the time they get his age, or even less. How well could they do in prison? And then with the Four of Swords here, it's, this is leveling. This is a leveling. So, okay, that's all I can get for now. Things will develop over time, I'm sure, and well, wait, I didn't talk about these down here. So the Queen of Cups reversed, of course, would be my Pam Bondi card. But it's also a card that if we take, a person out of it, because that's the thing with the court cards, they can be qualities of a person or qualities of a situation. And this would be somebody who's highly manipulative and gives to get, right? So, and also people who are emotionally insecure and very gullible with weak boundaries. That's Trump. This is Trump. And the Three of Cups reversed, this further reinforces that this is Trump here and probably J.D. Vance, because with the Three of Cups, this is the reverse. It's somebody that people are always talking about, gossiping about, It's, and they don't really have any friends or social life. They just think they do because they're out there, but everything's very surface. Now, another thing, here we are. The Three of Cups, always forget, you know what, whether the card is upright or reversed, those three cups can just be, if you look at it, if I can get it to focus, it doesn't matter. A triangle, right? So a triangular relationship when the card is reversed is the key there. So, okay. So that further reinforces J.D. Vance with Trump and his sons. And if J.D. Vance is there, Peter Thiel is there. And Peter Thiel is up here knighting, he's giving money in order to get. And he's the big part of the network. Our star card here is the network. And here's the triangular relationship, of course. Yeah. Okay. And they are apathetic and cruel, and they don't care about people. They only care about their money. Isn't that lovely? How happy can a person be when they live like that? They don't deserve to sleep at night. And it could be that Trump and Sons betray, because Trump has no filter anymore, and he'll just say whatever. And it could be that that J.D. Vance is betrayed. But yeah, see, and then here's another, that when I see all these cards and I'm even just asking this question, it makes me think that J.D. Vance is not going to try and 25th Amendment Trump, because he's got too much money involved in his connection with Peter Thiel. He's Peter Thiel's little boy more than anything. So, and that's right up here too. Okay, I'm done. I'm going to get this uploaded. It'll take a while, but maybe I'll get it by noon, hopefully. Okay.